For as long as I can remember, my parents have always told me they would take me to Vietnam one day. To this day, it hasn't happened yet, and I don't know when it ever will. I'm not bitter about it, and I don't hold anything against them for it. Rather, I think that they're the exact reason why I was so hesitant to go by myself with my girlfriend's family. I was torn. I've been pleading with my mom to come with me for months, and I was always met with the same response. For a long time, I thought I was going to stay home because it just wouldn't feel right going without them. But there was another, more dormant part of myself that was telling me I should go. No, it was begging me to go. Vietnam was calling my name, and I just had to answer. And billboards and buildings and people. It's bustling, it's fun, it's giving like small Times Square. This is really fun. Among the Vietnamese community, there is a term called Viet Kieu. It's a term used by natives to describe anyone who is Vietnamese but lives outside the country of Vietnam. Me, my parents, my girlfriend, and her family would all fit this description. But depending on who's saying it or who it's directed at, it can have very different meanings. Positive or negative though, they often always assume you have money. Well, at least more than them anyway. I often think that this has a lot to do with their mindset or the environment that they grow up in, so they can't really help but think the way that they do. I think I just have a very different definition of what it means to be Vietnamese than anyone who currently lives or recently came from Vietnam. I'm American first, Vietnamese second. I'm not sure if I really need to explain it. It's a way of thinking, a way of life even. So we just landed in San Francisco. It's currently 12:10 p.m. and our flight is at 10 p.m. So it looks like the universe is trying to tell me to catch up on my sleep. Even though I have a beautiful city that I'm surrounded by, never been here before. But I also have a crap ton of luggage. Next time I see you will probably be in Vietnam. Individualism is and always has been an integral part of what it means to be American. Meanwhile, in a lot of Asian countries like Vietnam, they put the needs of the family and supporting them above the individual a lot of times. One small step for me, one big step for Louie. Also, mental health doesn't really exist over there. As we are all strongly reminded during peak COVID time, anti-Asian hate is still very prevalent. And you see it every day, in so many ways. Sometimes big, but oftentimes smaller, so it goes unnoticed. These feelings of animosity and xenophobia shape me into who I am today as an Asian American. Me, and sad to say, so many others. That is insane. There's stairs that go all the way up there. I don't think we can go up there though. At our core, the biggest part of who we are is our environment, the way that we grow up. Maybe just behind genetics. So that thought often makes me wonder, what would I have turned out like if I had been born here, in Vietnam? Would I have turned out like the kids who live here? How tall or maybe how short would I be? What would I value? Would I even recognize myself? Although I found this trip to be invaluable in so many ways, I can't help but feel grateful for growing up the way that I did. Both of my parents sacrificed so much for me to be able to have the opportunity that I have now. Truly, anything I want, I feel like if I put my mind to and work hard at it, I can achieve it. But the same just simply cannot be said for kids who grow up in Vietnam and other countries like it. We're just over there. It seems like the entire thing is made of those little blue barrels, and that's the only thing that's keeping it afloat. That's pretty crazy. I also may have visited Thailand for almost a week. It is huge. Like actually ginormous. Oh my god. It was the day after we had just touched down in Saigon. Yes, Saigon, not Ho Chi Minh. People keep telling me that. But yeah, talking about one way to avoid jet lag, kinda. This whole time, I haven't really felt like I was in a different country. It doesn't really hit you until you're in a place like this, I guess. We're in Thailand. I've always wanted to travel abroad more, but I didn't really think about how tiring the flying could be when you fly across the world like that, as well as the time differences and the weather differences too. Vietnam is extremely hot and humid, but Thailand, it's a level even above that in both categories. Beautiful, but I would shower twice a day, sometimes even 3.
Hot, no wind, humid.
We're stuck out here.
I might as well drink my own sweat.
Oh. I don't know if it's coming through, but that water, it is so clear. Everywhere you go, there'd be food. And it'd be fresh and delicious. Same for Vietnam. You could even say it was the best Viet and Thai food in the world. Respectively. Oh yeah. I truly did not think I would enjoy it here as much as I have in Vietnam. Everyone was just so kind and warm. It was pretty hard not to have a good time when I was being taken care of the way that I was. Of course, that doesn't mean it was all sunshine rainbows. There were times where I wish I had more time to myself, or I just wish that we'd slow down so I could soak in the moment more. But everything had its purpose, I think. I learned how to maintain my own inner peace, or at least my own version of it. All that to say, it wasn't necessarily bad things that kept happening to me, or anything like that. But that idea has always been something I've struggled with. Being able to not let my energy be affected by things outside of my own control. They say beautiful things don't ask for attention. And I think that holds true in several ways that I witness from halfway across the world as well as on a day-to-day. Through our planet, through pretty privilege, even through the small, simple things that garner our curiosity without so much as a whisper. Living in Vietnam be like, hi. That's probably the key thing that I've learned while spending the last month here in Vietnam. Appreciating all the small things that go unnoticed so often. That's where the real magic happens. You often don't realize how special a moment is until it passes, or how special a person is, or how special a place is, until they changed you forever. Finally, this one's for my parents. Thank you both, and I love you both dearly. I know our time in Vietnam hasn't come yet, but it will come, and I know it will be perfect because even if it's not, it will be perfect because it's us. Now, to my dearest love, you know I love you and all of our adventures together, but this one was special, and it's truly one for the books, even though I say that about all of our trips together. Thank you for being you, my MJ. Until we meet again, this is the end of the Vietnam chapter for now. Thank you for everything. Love you guys. Oh my god, it is so cold. Take me back to Vietnam. Oh, it's so cold.